Hello and welcome to
In the Court of the Wenton King.
This week we're doing
Yeah, we've got to do Still Life. I meant to bring the guitar actually, we were going to introduce Still Life to the music of Comfortably Numb or something, but I forgot, I'm sorry, never mind. So yeah, Still Life, there it is. Happily, I got this stupid Microsoft Surface thing and wrote loads of notes for this album because I didn't really know what I was going to say yesterday, and thought, oh, it's okay, I'll just save it to the desktop. My daughter wants to use it. Oh, of course she can use it. So what happens, of course, is that I get it back and the icons are massive and the file's gone. So I don't know what I'm going to say. Sorry, never mind. Yeah, this one I know a lot better than God Bluff. Two of the songs were recorded during the same sessions as God Bluff, actually. Surprisingly, because it is different. There is a movement. Much more song-oriented, I think. Less structured and actually less complicated and probably more accessible. And I think there's almost moments where it's nicer as well. I mean, I think I probably mentioned restraint last week. Compared to Born Hearts, there's more restraint on this album. And it's not always angry all the time. It is a gentler album, a more mature album, obviously, which is good bad. But generally, yeah, this is a very high-rated album, and there's some good stuff on here. Yes.
I disagree. I was really bored with this, Kev. Honestly. I've tried several times to enjoy it, and there are good bits. I think maybe we've said this before, but the beginning of an album is incredibly important. Yeah, the first few bars are monumentally important.
Yes.
And the first few bars of this album are dreary, drab, and boring.
Well, one of the things I wrote in my notes actually was I expected to say, oh, this is better than God Bluff. But I found it was on. There was a lot of times, several times I put it on and I forgot it was on. It was just on playing in the background. And what it does, it gets better as it goes along.
Yeah.
And whereas the God Bluff, it invites you in with that cool bit and you think, what's going to happen? It just starts with him singing. The last two tracks, or maybe the last three tracks, are much better. It gets better as it goes along. Yeah,
which is important because, I mean, if it starts poorly, you're straight away thinking, oh, this is not a very good album. And then as you're going through and you hear good bits, you say, oh, but this bit's quite good.
Yeah.
But it's still a poor album in your mind, which is exactly what was...
It's got to win you back, hasn't it? Yeah.
Which is exactly what was happening as I was listening to it. It needs something epically brilliant in there to really pull it through, and it hasn't got one, I don't think.
I think La Rossa should open the album.
La Rossa is...
That would solve the problem.
Is the high point.
Because it starts off with the cool bit and then it gets angry and your eyes! And it ends really well and all that stuff, and actually that would solve the problem.
Yeah, I mean, we've said that, you know, a lot of it is angry, and you're right, this isn't particularly angry, with a few exceptions. And you realise, actually, what they do is they do angry really well. Angry prog.
Yeah.
Yeah, is Van der Graaf Generator's strong point. And the fact that there's not much of that on there, it lets it down.
That's interesting, yeah. There's definitely a God Bluff Still Life thing, and people either prefer one or the other. I was surprised because I know this I don't know that well, but I've had it for years and years and years, whereas God Bluff I bought specifically for these reviews. And there's a thing there, some people prefer one or the other, and I was surprised that it's simpler. Generally, there's a simpler thing to Still Life, and perhaps it's a little bit more self-aware. Mark Hamill, made this comment about that it didn't feel like it was them. He listened to the album afterwards, and it was like, oh, did we make that? But I don't know. The closing track, which is brilliant, Childlike Faith in Children's End. Strangely, Marillion had a song called Children's End. That's a coincidence. It's like a self-conscious Plague of Lighthouse Keepers. So with Plague of Lighthouse Keepers, they did a thing, and then the audience said what it was, if you like. They just did a thing, whereas here, it's like they're doing a proper structured, big, epic thing with the heavy and the epic thing, but it works really well. I think it's great. And I really like My Room, which is the most un-Van der Graaf song on there, actually. But I think it's really nice. Really nice horns on there. Is it oboe? I think there's a really nice oboe in there. Do, 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 do. Gentle, and you'd expect some sort of horrible thing to come in. It doesn't, actually, but that's great, and I really like that. But La Rossa is the song I would play to people.
It's probably the most God Bluff-like.
So see us next week.
I mean, do you know much about this album, Kev? How long did they take to record this?
I don't think it took very long. They already had two tracks were already recorded during God Bluff, so it didn't take them long. It came out quite a bit quicker than anything else. It was the next one. I think they got a bit annoyed. The record company said this is a stopgap album. And they were really annoyed because this is a really good album. What do you mean? How dare you? Because obviously it was made through the process of tour album, you know. But this is grown up Van der Graaf Generator, like I said. So, which is a good bad thing. In that I think it's more self-aware.
Yeah, I got the sense. I asked that because I thought, well, maybe this has been overly produced. You know, they've done it. It's taken them a long time to get it right. They've got a specific thing in the mind, and they've basically produced the life out of it. Because it definitely feels
contrived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it feels like there's a conscious effort to suppress the angriness, which leaves it largely bland, but great swathes at the time.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that's the first two tracks, particularly track one. Track one's my least favourite song on the album, actually. Interesting. I tell you what, though, Star of La Rossa, I actually thought David Bowie, or maybe Ziggy, which is really interesting. I never would have thought that with those two singers. They're not alike at all, but it's definitely there in the overtop, in the way, because a lot of the Ziggy stuff, to sing the notes is quite hard to sing. So 5 years or something, actually singing the notes, he does it because he doesn't sing the notes. He goes, but prog is not graced with many great singers. It's graced with some great performers.
Yeah.
Peter Gabriel, whatever. But in terms of great technical singers, there aren't that many. Often they're not singers at all. So Pete Hammond is great because he's got such a character and such an energy to his voice, which is a wonderful thing in prog, which is a great thing, because that sort of singer's disease obviously is attracted to different genres.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes a performer's lack of abilities makes the music interesting.
Yeah.
And when someone's too comfortable singing, it can sound a little bit... Yeah. There's that stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, what happened to Greg Lake? I don't mean later on, but I mean in the 70s, very early, he's got such a great voice. Wow, But I mean, say 77 Greg Lake, he was still very good. He's a very good singer. and there's a lack of energy and interest in what he's doing.
Yeah, should we egg it?
Egg it. It is still 5 eggs for me, because there's some brilliant stuff on there. I wonder, this is band fatigue. I've never been taken by Pilgrims, the opening song, but I mean, this happened often when we've done three albums by a band, and I haven't listened to them again, sometimes at all. But it's always the third album is the... If I listen to the album, it's okay. It's not because we were really excited before, but now...
Yeah, well, we do try and cover the period where there is a definite change, and you either like the change, or you don't like the change.
Yeah.
And in this scenario, I don't like the change. Whereas Yes, where we got to with Yes...
You didn't like any of it, did you?
The last album I was actually quite comfortable with.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Going for the One. Right,
yeah, I was actually quite comfortable with that. Genesis, on the other hand, where did we get? Yeah. It was, yeah.
I really like Trick of the Tail, just to clarify. It was him.
I gave it away, didn't I?
You gave it away?
One of our best viewers and subscribers.
Oh yeah, I wonder if he's still around. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, 5 weeks for me, how many eggs is it for you?
3. What are the plans now?
I don't know yet. Well, we're off. Summer recess has begun. We're off and we'll be back. We don't know what with, so let's not make a decision now.
Yeah, but how long will we be?
Oh, it'll be weeks and weeks. Many weeks, I don't know. But don't make sure you keep us on your subscription Dewberry, so it tells you when we're back. 3/4 of the way through August we'll be definitely back.
Nice holiday. But
I think it's pretty clear with, and this happened before, we're struggling. And the fact that I lost my notes for this meant even worse. Sorry. Okay. So we need it's necessary for us to take a break sometimes, because we need to want to do it. So yeah, great stuff. Thanks for watching, and we appreciate all these viewers we're getting. We're getting up to about 150 subscribers now. We're going to get to 1,000. What happens when we get to 1,000? Right, great. So see you then. Have a good summer.